The front office and the Chicago Bulls organization have a huge opportunity sitting right in front of them. I'm going to talk about that. And then I'm going to talk about Nikola Vucevic's comments on why the Chicago Bulls have played a lot better in the last few games. Y'all already know. We're going to talk about it, break it down, do what we do. But you got to hear the music first. Cognac. Gang. Shy Bulls Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm holding it down today's daily episode of Shy Bulls Podcast. Make sure that since you're tuning in, that you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. But look, we know that Torrey Craig just recently, his injury was put out there, and we are expected to miss this guy for about 2 to 3 months. With that foot injury, me personally, I want to go ahead and say, I wish you a speedy recovery, Torrey Craig, and things like that. Get back healthy so we can see you on the basketball court again. But I also want to talk about why this could be an opportunity for the young guys. And I believe this is huge for the Chicago Bulls organization. Now you get to go ahead and evaluate more of your young talent on this team, because Torrey Craig is a guy who just recently went down, who gives the Chicago Bulls about 21 minutes per game. I mean, you was giving away, some minutes to Dalen Terry alongside Torrey Craig in those situations. But now there's another man down. Now you can bring somebody up. That somebody else that you can bring up is now Julian Phillips. Julian Phillips, for the season in the games that he did play, he's averaging 4 minutes per game. You can't really, you can evaluate a little bit, but you're not evaluating him it ain't going to be beneficial. Is what I'm trying to say with the guy just playing 4 minutes. That's literally a couple possessions, and then he's out of the game, because you will see Billy Donovan insert him maybe in the early part of the game, and then you won't really see him anymore after that. For the last few games, you've been seeing Dalen Terry earn a few more minutes, and honestly, Dalen Terry, he's been all right. I want to see him continue to bring himself up and get a feel for the NBA game. One of the biggest things when it came to Dalen Terry, I always felt like he was a bit too erratic. We know he's that energy guy. We always see him on the sideline dancing and stuff. But when it came to basketball in certain situations, there were times so I'm like, Dalen Terry, if you calm down just a little bit, bro, you could have made a better shot, or you could have had a better shot attempt, or you could have not fouled on that play, or you wouldn't have been called for a charge on that play, or you would have never lost a loose ball. Just slow down a little bit. And he's been earning a few more minutes as of late for the last few games. He's 11 minutes up in those games, and he's looked all right. I still want to see more from him. I feel like we need a more of a sample size from Dalen Terry, and the same goes for Julian Phillips. And then if you look at Julian Phillips, this is a guy who is, I believe, a 4-star recruit coming out of high school. Went down Tennessee and did his thing. It never really, I believe he had got hurt or something like that, to where his stock kind of fell a little bit. But now he's on the Chicago Bulls, and I believe he has the athleticism that is out of this world. And I believe he has a game that you probably can utilize somewhere, somehow on this Chicago Bulls team. That's another reason why I believe this is a huge opportunity for both of these young guys. Now, because initially you seen, we don't wish injury on anybody. But when one man goes down, we follow the mentality in sports, next man up. And when Zach LaVine went down, we seen the emergence of Ayo Dosunmu. We seen the breakout from Kobe White. We seen the aggressiveness start to come out, and him not taking itself out in Patrick Williams. Now, and then with the Zach LaVine stuff, you had Alex Caruso in and out as well. So the young guys got their opportunity, and as of right now, they look all right, and they look like they are seizing the moment and taking advantage of that. Hence why the Chicago Bulls are 6-3 in their last 9 games. Now another man falls. That's Torrey Craig. Wish you a speedy recovery, my guy. But now is the time for Julian Phillips and Dalen Terry to seize the moment. This offers the Chicago Bulls to properly evaluate guys on their team without having to move many pieces around. You don't have to deal with, hey, we got to make sure the money match so we can get a trade to move a guy out of here. Hey, we don't want to make our vets mad. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and we're going to sit you down type of thing. We're not, so the situation, you eliminated all the weirdness out of it. The weirdness and the confusion has been taken out of it, is what I'm trying to say. To the point to now, you really just, hey, if you Torrey Craig and he's still up on the sideline, I'm pretty sure he's that guy that says, I'm going to push these guys. So now instead of him, I'm not saying this is his character, but you know what I'm saying? Instead of him probably, being ticked off or not happy with, Billy Donovan coming to him and say, hey, we going to bench you. That's hypothetical, y'all. We just going to move you to the side. We're going to let these young guys earn some minutes. Now you don't have to do that. We understand that Torrey Craig is hurt now. Now Torrey Craig could just be a young fella, and I believe he would have always done it anyway. A young fella, go earn your money. Go earn your minutes. You guys hoop. Y'all hooped all y'all life. Now y'all got this opportunity. You have to seize the moment. And man, is it great for the Chicago Bulls, because now you can further evaluate talent. That leaves you 5 young guys on your team with so many vets that you can evaluate now. You can still look at Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu, Patrick Williams, Dalen Terry, and Julian Phillips on this team. And hell, if you want to get, if you want to get creative with it, you could probably call up one of your young bucks from the G League and see how can they fit in. Maybe I haven't done, much research on them, but from the talks of it, my guy Hayes, this guy that I trust, he came out and said, hey, Henry Drell is putting on some nice performances in the G League. Hey, let's see what he can do. Let's evaluate this talent. That's why I believe that it's a great opportunity for the Chicago Bulls. You get rid of all the weirdness and you could just talk about basketball and player evaluation and see how these young guys can play. And I got to give credit before we continue on to Vooch's comment. I got to give credit to Billy Donovan, because I know he's not going to mess around with Dalen Terry and Julian Phillips. I know it was a knock on him at first, but it kind of makes sense now when you think about it in hindsight. Billy Donovan is the guy that if I put you in the game, I expect you to go do something. If you don't do nothing, I'm pulling you out the game. And I'm not just talking about taking jump shots. I'm not just talking about trying to attack the rim. What else are you doing? When you hear him talk about Patrick Williams, he talk about aggressiveness. What are you going to do on the defensive end? Are you going to do other things? Go for rebounds, try to create steals, things like that. That's something that we need if we keeping it a buck. If you looking at the situation in totality, when the players need to understand, these young players need to understand, time is precious in the NBA. And even if I give you 10 minutes, if you wasting 10 minutes of solid basketball play, what are we putting you out there for? That's the biggest question. So Billy Donovan, though a lot of us talk about when he, sits players out after they hit a couple shots, cool. And I'm with everyone on that. That's not smart. But one thing that is smart is that when I put my young guy in, I expect him to go out, be aggressive, and do something to help this team. If you're not going to do it, you need to be off the court. This is why we train. This is why we play. You should be ready to go. And I can't be mad at that. I cannot be mad at Billy Donovan saying, hey, Patrick Williams, look, bro, I put you out there. You ain't did nothing in 3 minutes, bro. I ain't see you attack the basket. I ain't see you put no deflections out there. I ain't see you try to create other things for your teammates. I ain't see none of that. Come on, you out 3 minutes. And he did the same thing happened to Dalen Terry. You know what I'm saying? Dalen Terry, you come in, you make a bonehead play, you don't get back on defense. You're not being creative, being active on the defensive side of the ball. You're being a little bit too erratic on the offensive side of the ball. Come on, you're going to come over here and take a seat on this bench. And same thing for Julian Phillips. If you got them open shots, you got to take them. So when it comes to Billy Donovan, I can't be mad at that. That's all you can ask for. But, hey, we're going to keep moving along, man. Y'all let me know how big is that opportunity for the young guys. But before we go, I want to talk about Nikola Vucevic. Nikola Vucevic, he pretty much gave his comments on why the Chicago Bulls have been playing better. He went on to say, we've been getting downhill, finding an open guy, making an extra pass. That's how you get everybody involved. The ball is going to find the main scorers, and it's our job to find everyone else and involve everyone, and it's contagious when you do. We know what works, so we have to stick with and continue to trust one another, whether the ball is going in or not. Play for each other. There's a lot of work ahead, but a good first step, and we understand this is the only way it's going to work for us, and we have to stay with it. And I'm 100% I'm 100% with him. And I think that the biggest question is how would this team look with Zach LaVine? Because that there is a real possibility that he comes back to this team. I was one of the ones that said I believe the chances are very, very slim for him to come back to this team. But the reality is nothing for sure that he's not gonna come back, bro. He still probably will have to go and play a couple basketball games. So a couple people that scoping the landscape when it comes to this trade market, they can see him. They want to say, hey, how is he looking? And I think that now with the Bulls and improvement in offense and more activity on the defense without him in the lineup, some guys might want to see him in the lineup to see if he can continue that great play. Because I tell you what, if he comes back and the offense dwindles and the defense is lethargic, it's not going to be a good taste in people's mouth. Literally. Is that a pause moment? I don't know, but we gonna keep moving along. But the point is that if Zach LaVine comes back on this team and they don't look good, that can hurt the value. But I will be clear, there is always value. There is value. The question is how much value. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be foolish and say there's no value for Zach LaVine. That would be absolutely untrue. It's not true at all. It's not the truth. There is a value for him. The thing is how high is that value? What does that value look like? And Nikola Vucevic is right. We have to get guys involved. That's how you win basketball games. And I know this is a Bulls channel, so it's going to ruffle some feathers a little bit. But that's how LeBron James is. That's how he's been so successful. I don't care who you. It's not a GOAT debate. We're talking about winning basketball. The way that he's able to win in his way is because he keeps guys involved. The greats keep guys involved. Steph Curry, when it was time for him to win his championships, they kept guys involved. The ball moved. It wasn't a one-man show. We seen the one-man show in James Harden when he was at Houston. They didn't win anything. You have to play winning basketball, and that includes not a lot of ISO, keeping guys involved, hitting shots, a number of things. Because if we just saying you can go ahead and you can win with ISO ball, hey, I looked to the Brooklyn Nets when they had Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. They did nothing because it was so much ISO. So Nikola Vucevic is right on the money. When we keep guys involved, things will be contagious, and you will see a better product and a better performance from your Chicago Bulls. They have been exciting to watch. Exciting to watch because the ball is not sticking. The ball is moving. Guys are cutting. P. Will's dunking on people's head. Kobe White is hitting snatch back 3-point shots. We still up in the live call saying another go foul because DeMar DeRozan drew another foul. You seen Nikola Vucevic get busy. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. He held his own against Embiid. Probably he held his own. He ain't performed better than Embiid, but he held his own. So you gotta love that. Then you get guys coming in, Javon Carter doing stuff, Torrey Craig doing stuff. It's contagious. Guys will want to rally around each other a lot more. So Zach LaVine, when you come back, you better be in tune, my boy. You better be in tune because the world will be watching and ready to castigate Zach LaVine. But hey, we got that game tonight against the Los Angeles Lakers, I believe. The Bulls take on the Los Angeles Lakers tonight. Yes, we do. We play the Los Angeles Lakers tonight. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button and hit your notification bell. There will be a live call tonight with me, C-Dub, Kev, and Steve-O. And we're going to rock this thing out and try to hope that our Chicago Bulls can get a dub against LeBron James and the LA Lakers. We shall see. Make sure you leave your comments below. Let me know your thoughts on everything discussed today. If you want to call in and leave a voicemail for our mailbag episode, that number is 773-242-9219. This is another episode of Shy Boys Podcast. I'm Bobby. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one for sure.
Cognac. Gang.